In this video, you're going to learn how to lead the song Faithful Now by Vertical Worship with just you and an acoustic guitar. Coming up. Hey, Spencer here from leadingworshipwell.com. In this video, we're taking a look at the song Faithful Now by Vertical Worship. If you haven't checked out the cover that I put out of this song yet, you can check that out right here. That's going to show you the arrangement that you're going to learn in this tutorial. Also, I'm going to be using a lot of advanced guitar chord shapes in this tutorial. Don't worry, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to play this song. But if you want to learn even more of those advanced guitar chord shapes, there's a link down in the description below to a free PDF called 25 Advanced Guitar Chords. Other than that, let's get into the tutorial. Here we are in the intro of the song, and for this I'm going to show you two simple chord shapes, and then we're going to add a lead line on top of that. So we're just playing a G and a C here. Our G looks like this, and then we're playing a C like this. But on top of those two chords, we're going to be playing this tab right here. All right, so I'm going to play through this slowly. Look for the chord shapes in there. All right, this isn't just a random collection of notes. We're picking through those chords that I showed you. That's why I showed it to you in the first place. So this is what it sounds like slowly, and then I'll play at normal speed. It sounds like this. So that was slowly. Let's play at normal speed. Sounds like this. Into verse number 1. Here we are in verse number 1, just using 3 simple chords here. They'll be here as I play through it. Follow along. Sounds like this. I am holding on to faith, 'cause I know you make a way, and I don't always understand, I don't always get to see, but I will believe it, I will believe it. You make mountains into chorus number 1. Here we are in chorus number 1, a bunch of big open chords, but we're playing them quietly, so keep that in mind dynamics-wise as we play through this part. They're all pretty standard chords. They'll be right here as I play through it. It sounds like this. You make mountains move, you make giants fall, you use songs of praise to break prison walls. I will speak to my fear, I will preach to my doubt. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now. Back into the intro. Verse number 2. Here we are in verse number 2. We're going to be playing pretty much the same chords that we just played in verse number 1, but whenever we get to the C chord, we're going to add a little lead line on top of it, which sounds like this. So we're going to do that the first time, and then the second time we play that C chord, it's going to sound like this. Once again. Alright, so pay attention to that as we go through. I'll put the tab up as I play it, but it sounds like this. I am standing on your word, calling heaven down to earth. You will fight my enemies, this will end in victory. I will believe it, I will believe it. You make mountains into chorus number 2. Here we are in chorus number 2. We're going to be using pretty much the same chord shapes that we used in chorus number 1, but we're going to be strumming loudly here. Also, at the end of chorus number 2, we're going to repeat those last lines. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now, but we're going to build up into the bridge with these chords right here. I'll show them to you up front. We're playing a C like this, down to a G, just move that chord shape down, move that chord shape up to a D like this, and then we'll go back to the G. So pay attention to that at the end of this chorus. Altogether, chorus number 2 sounds like this. You make mountains move, you make giants fall, you use songs of praise to break prison walls. I will speak to my fear, I will preach to my doubt. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now. Build it into the bridge. Here we are in the bridge, and I just want to show you a little lead line that we're going to be doing on the D chord and the B minor chord in this bridge. So we're going to play a D like this, but whenever we get there, we're going to be playing this lead line. Alright, so that'll be on the D chord. Whenever we get to the B minor, we're going to be doing something similar, but it's going to look like this. We're playing a B minor like this. And the tab for it looks like this. Alright, so pay attention to that as we play through the bridge here. Altogether, the bridge sounds like this. And I know that I know you never fail. And I know that I know you never will. And I know that I know you never fail. And I know that I know you never will. Into a quiet chorus. Here we are in the final chorus. We're going to repeat the chorus twice here. I'll just play through it. Same chords that we've been using. The chord shapes will be right here. It sounds like this. You make mountains move, you make giants fall, you use songs of praise to break prison walls. And I will speak to my fear, I will preach to my doubt. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now. You make mountains move, you make giants fall, you use songs of praise to shake prison walls. And I will speak to my fear, I will preach to my doubt. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now. You were faithful then, you'll be faithful now. End with the intro riff. Congratulations, you just learned how to lead the song Faithful Now by Vertical Worship. If you liked some of the advanced guitar chord shapes that you saw in this tutorial, I've got you covered. There's a link to a free PDF down in the description below called 25 Advanced Guitar Chords, where I'll show you even more of those advanced guitar chord shapes that you can start implementing into your guitar playing today to level up your guitar playing. So check that out in the description below. Other than that, thanks so much for joining me today. Until I see you in the next video, keep leading worship well.